And I'm here with...
It's me, Riviera.
She's not dead.
I know.
So if you haven't been on World of Tanks for a few minutes, there are some interesting changes to note. First of all, there is actual update changes that you'll see, such as improved graphics. I think they reverted the cannon sound back to what it used to be. I can't really remember what it used to sound like, but I do know that I slightly like this better. Some armor and bug fixes, you know, yada yada yada. But what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Summer Slam event for World of Tanks 2020.
Oh yeah, brother. The cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
Shut up, I'm allowed to be bored.
So you might wrestling fans might note that this M48 is labeled Undertaker, like the wrestler. I have zero fucking idea about wrestling. I don't really watch it. But I like the M48 tank. So I bought it. I also went ahead and picked up a WWE Summer Slam chest that I'll be opening here today, just to see what we get. I'm sure it'll be something weird, but we're gonna go for it.
I'm auto COVID.
Ah, 500 free XP. Becky Lynch is a UK commander. That'll be actually good for my light tank line. The Becky Lynch emblem and 25 gold. Not bad. So, from the last World of Tanks video I did, link in description. Things have definitely changed for our friends over here in the garage. Rivs, what was the last tier tank you drove?
That was the last time I played World of Tanks with you.
Ah.
Because, yeah, I haven't gotten very far.
Now, you will once again see that this M48 Undertaker, as it's called, is decked out with equipment, consumables, premium ammo. Sarg has really been putting work in with this. Now, I, again, don't know anything about The Undertaker. I couldn't tell you what The Undertaker does. I know he's a wrestler, and I think he had the Punisher theme song for a season.
The Punisher wishes he had a badass song like, The Undertaker, because whenever you hear it, you just hear the chiming bell of, like, death itself, and you're like, fuck.
Okay, well, at the risk of being demonetized.
Oh, sorry. Don't. Oh, I thought it was because I said the F word. I was like, wait a minute. I've heard you say the F word before on your channel.
No, I'm just gonna type in. What even is? Okay, so that's what he looks like.
Yeah, and he rises from like a freaking coffin, so he's
okay.
the edgelord of edgelords.
Okay, so I have the edgelord M48. Let's go to battle. Whew. Don't know how fervent the M48 patent, or how fervent the Undertaker fans are, but the M48 patent fans are going to be shooting flame at me.
Why? How garbage does it look?
Oh, don't worry. It's purple.
Okay. That's not as bad as I thought.
Oh. So now there is a little oddity in the armor configuration of the Undertaker M48 is it has spaced armor in the form of 2 tombstones on the back left and right track covers. I'm not actually against that because it saved my ass a couple times, so I can't really bitch. Now, Sarge needs to plug in his controller.
Hard the battery down.
Yeah. You will notice if you do have one of these SummerSlam tanks that you'll very rarely see them on the battlefield.
Yeah, because no one wants to notice that they've actually spotted.
I've seen a good few, but they're very few and far between. Most of them, ironically, have been on my side. And I just got a very nice shot on that T-34 there. That'll probably be the shot of the game. Shot of the video. Now, I will say the M48 handles just as you expect it to. They didn't really change anything with the M48 itself, except for that little bit of spaced armor, but it's only like 10 millimeters, so, to be honest. It's not going, unless you are in a very peculiar scenario, it's not going to save you. I'm trying not to get shot at from every direction. I'm going to cross over here. Try to start assisting these guys, because they're looking a little, pinned down right now. Now that could be just placement or whatever. Make a note that that tank destroyer is giving me headaches. Oh look, speaking of which, hello Undertaker. I should say fellow Undertaker. So,
I'm so bored.
So you will notice that this tank has an extremely balanced turret. And it looks like I'm gonna die here.
No, you will live.
Yeah, I died trying to save that heavy. A noble sacrifice, at least.
Somewhat important. The heavy's not gonna last for very much longer.
So we're gonna head back to the garage, and I do wanna clue you guys in on some of the new aspects they've got rolling. Some of the new things they're doing here today. We have some really cool features for just the normal updates, such as there's instead of your like ops panel being right here, you get the season panel, which you can see and track your rewards.
Smack a heretic.
If you want, yeah.
Good evening. Hello.
And of course, the VK168P is still here. There was rumors that I heard about them getting rid of it, but those are unsubstantiated. You can see it's right here. And well, everything else is just normal. It's just the SummerSlam stuff you're gonna be seeing. little Canadian TKS-20. I know that's not Canadian, but I have a Canadian flag on it.
Yeah, if it has a flag, they'll accept it. And I'm not saying that to be mean. They're honestly really, really mean. Oh, what's this?
And right now we're still working on Pyra's Sheridan. Needs 100,000 more experience. Not that bad, honestly.
No.
Because we have ×2 bonuses that we're gonna try to cash in on. Some of them on the live stream, some of them not. And when we finally do get that 100,000, that'll be our second tier 10. But Sarge, why aren't you attempting to play light tanks to get to the tier 10?
Because no one likes doing that.
Well, Pyra does, but I'm not a light tank user. So, and I actually wanted to do a video with Riviera later on in probably the early fall about, because that's when military recruiting really picks up, is what to expect from a military recruiting office. Though I'm not military, I have gone through the recruiting process as far as that much, and I'll give my 2 cents on it, as well as some of my friends who have. There are some things that they do that if you're not totally 100% going to sign up for the military, I would be very wary about going there. Which if you're going to sign up for the military, I congratulate you. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just want people to have both sides of the information block available to them. It is a lot better than it used to be. Though, warning, the recruiter will say just about anything you want to hear.
Don't worry. Your opinion is bad.
Enemy's got us in their sight.
I'm still gonna send you to a new one camp. You got you going to Forlorn Hope. That's not what I thought.
Very.
Oh, I was supposed to try to say that in my head.
Well, I mean, the good news is some people know that way. The bad news is you blasted that thing over the internet.
Look up, when you have the chance, look up somebody known as Mike Burnfires, and they just basically talk about, one of them actually talked about Forlorn Hope. I think it's Forlorn Hope. Hated it.
Now, you might be saying, Sarge, you're not a sniper tank, you should be in the fray. I'm a tier 8 in a tier 10 battle. So, since this topic has also been coming up because a bunch of new people have joined the gun community.
Focus on this location.
Yeah, bunch.
Riviera, what's your stance on open carry?
Well, open carry is fine because it straight up deters a good portion of actual petty crimes, of like, robbery and stuff like that. But it all depends on the person because you can't get a good read on the people that you're selling the gun to most times. So it's just you have to be, the person who sells the guns have to be wary. But open carry, as long as it is a means of defense and you live in an area that, even if you don't live in an area that's bad, I would still say an open carry is fine. One, there should be a clip, but it should not, I don't know how to explain it, but...
A magazine?
Yeah, I know a magazine clip, but I'm trying to say the fact that that there should be one that's not loaded, and then there should be one that is loaded, and the one that is
you have
loaded.
a spare.
Yeah, you have a spare. This is what you get for dropping, like, conversation on me without telling me firsthand about what we were going to talk about.
I sort of pulled the topic out of my ass, alright?
But if they really wanted to go for gun safety and everything else, that they would make gun shows. Anytime someone bought a gun, they would have to go through the ID and registration kind of thing and transfer the registration to the gun.
Do though.
I know. A lot of people don't realize that though, and they still bitch and complain.
Like, okay, since this was brought up, this gun show loophole that I keep hearing about, I don't personally understand it, because I've bought firearms from gun shows. You have to go through the same exact process that you would from a gun store. Yeah, so it's kind of not only is it, well, unsubstantiated, but it's kind of fucking stupid. I don't care if it's open or concealed carry. I very much think everybody needs to at least be familiar with what a firearm is.
Yeah.
The reason why? Well, especially with today, we don't know what's going on in the world. You really do need to know your stuff.
Yeah.
And that includes knowing how to defend you and your loved ones. Once you make the conscious decision to buy a firearm, you're then taken to this. Most people have the like, yeah, I'm a responsible gun owner right after they bought it. No, you become a responsible gun owner. You make sure your shit's locked up, make sure, you know, especially if you have small kids in the house, please lock your shit up. An isometric lock, bio lock, whatever you want to use. Good old-fashioned combination key or lock pad, but it's kind of odd to see people so fervent about gun safety and then throw it right out the window.
Yeah.
I don't get that. But that's a short TLDR for a topic of another day. Back to our World of Tanks update. Generally the graphics are pretty good. The one thing I like is that your ribbons are now displayed back in their full color versions on the top right hand corner of your screen. Since this battle just started, we'll have to earn some ribbons to show you guys what it means. But that's no big deal. Do a little flanking maneuver right here, a little sneaky sneak. Whoa! Never mind, there's a AMC tank destroyer sitting right in front of me.
Enemies got us in their sight.
go. Oh! Nope, back up, back up, back up.
Releasing target. Enemies looking right at us.
You have
Now, that was a little bit of a close call.
Spotted us. Target locked.
I don't know why this light tank's sitting all the way back here, but you could probably...
Pierce their armor.
I'm at least trying to free him up.
yeah.
Focus on this location.
But up in the right hand corner, you'll see what I mean is that they used to be a little dull.
They've spotted us. Dropping target. Ready to fire on target. Enemies got us in their sights. She's loaded. We're immobilized.
Well, as far as the update, that's really all I have to say about it. Wasn't really that influential. The SummerSlam stuff is weird. I really don't get the idea behind it. There will be more videos coming out at the end of the week. I'm Sarge, and I'll see you on the next Sarge's Recap.